So let's talk a little bit about sales. And I know this is a subject that not a lot of people like, especially when you're a brand new entrepreneur. Sales can seem kind of scary, and I understand that. Let's talk about a little piece of the sales puzzle that'll help you understand a little bit more about sales and help you make it feel like you're creating connections rather than doing some icky sales pitch. That's right, I'm talking about leads. When I first started my business, I had a pretty easy time with my leads, and that's why I felt this false sense of security when it comes to leads. Now that I'm on year 4 of my business, I understand leads a lot more, I understand sales a lot more, and I'm gonna give you a couple of little exercises to do to create more leads in your business. So what are leads? Leads are basically the elements in your business that will attract attention to someone who might be interested in your services and who will eventually become customers. More leads equals more sales. The more people you talk to, the better chances you have at getting a sale. So there are 3 types of leads that are, well, I mean, I guess the main types of leads that are out there. There are organic leads, which are the leads that you create without any money. I mean, you do create it with time, but with no money. So that is any sort of social media post and any sort of word of mouth situation is an organic lead. A paid lead, it's when you pay for ads on social media, it's when you pay for billboards or signage or anything like that, anything that you pay for to get exposure. And then you also have earned leads, which is when you are working with other collaborators to get your name out there. So whether you're on a podcast, featured in an article, or any sort of publication like that. When I first started my business, I started off my Instagram and I was going in hot. I was trying a whole bunch of different posts, and it actually paid off. My first couple of clients found me through Instagram, which was actually a feat in and of itself. I realized a little bit later on that it's not gonna be that easy. My first couple of leads were organic, and then it was basically through referrals and through word of mouth. There are a lot of different pathways that you can take to create leads. This is an exercise I wish I would have started 3 years ago, but here we are. There is no better time like the present. And so we're gonna spend 30 minutes to an hour on working on some leads. So here's my little workflow. I've got my laptop right here, and my little workflow that I do to generate more leads is to kind of go through a tier list. So step 1 for me would be to email past clients, check in, say hey, if they've got any updates or if they would like to have a chat, and if they know anybody in their circle who is looking for website development or content strategy, to give me a call. Very simple, very easy, and you can also give a little bit of an incentive, as if someone books with me, they get kind of like a kickback percentage. So that's something that I offer as well. Number 2 on my list, because of my audience analysis, I do know that a lot of people who are trying to figure it out, trying to see what is best for them, would go to Facebook groups and chat with a lot of people. So my second to do on my list is to go to a couple of Facebook groups that I think my audience will be in and to interact through there. So I'll spend about 15 to 20 minutes going through that, getting a little bit of feelers as to what questions people are asking. Number 3 on my list is to do a LinkedIn post. So I post on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram on the reg, and I post on LinkedIn from time to time, and I know that LinkedIn could be a good option for me, because if you do LinkedIn well, you'll do well, which is great actually. So if you know that a lot of your clients are on LinkedIn, I would spend a lot of time on there. I will create a post talking a little bit more about my services and maybe even talk about some free resources that I could give out. And that is something that is really great when it comes to lead capture, is if you have something that people deem valuable, that you can start gathering some emails, gathering some insights. All of these things together is one big ecosystem, and I don't want to overcomplicate it, but these are things that you can start to think about when you're starting to think about sales and leads. When I first started out, didn't really want to know about it because it was too scary and overwhelming. So these are little things here and there to be like, hey, maybe we could be friends. Hey, you like this subject, I also like this subject. Let's chat a little bit about it. My biggest takeaways this year when capturing leads was, don't be afraid to go to communities, go to networking calls, networking events, anything that has to do with networking. I would say virtual networking events are, I think, the easiest way to start out, because I feel like networking events are quite scary for some people. You're like, what am I doing here? And who am I supposed to talk to? But virtual networking events, you get to connect with some people and have some chats. You'll get a wide range of people all over your area and even in some other countries as well. It is super, super helpful. And I know that once people start to see your personality, that does most of the selling anyways. Now, another thing that I recommend when you're doing this exercise is to keep track of who you're reaching out to and what are the different things that you're doing, because most of the time you're probably going to forget. And so I have to clean up mine, but I do have a Google sheet that I keep, and I track who my leads are and who my clients are so that I can see where my clients are coming from and start to get a little bit of insights as to what the patterns are and what people are interested in. So I actually found my lead Google sheet on Etsy. So there are a lot of great affordable templates that you can find that'll be able to put that Google Sheet skills to the test, and you'll be able to just plug and play. So that's something that I would definitely recommend, is to really make sure that you're tracking all the things that you're doing in your lead capture. What I also like to keep handy is script templates. So I have a couple of scripts that I like to use in my emails to past clients, or if I am on the bottom of my list of different lead captures, I'll also do cold pitches on emails, which is like the thing that people hate the most. They think when they're thinking of sales, they're thinking of cold pitches, but it doesn't have to be creepy in any way or scary in any way. These are some of the things that I like to do when I've exhausted all other options, is going through some brands that I love and reaching out to them and say, hey, I love your brand and I love your products, or, you know, the service that you do, and I would love to chat, or I would love to offer some of my services. I think your brand would really be interested in this, that, or, you know, that sort of thing. And I think that in that case, those types of emails, if I were to receive one in a fun and friendly manner, I wouldn't be upset about it. So I feel like if I were to put something out there that is fun, friendly, and to get to know someone that I truly admire, what's scary about that, right? And if they don't answer or they say no, that's literally the worst that could happen. Thanks for coming to my little sales pep talk. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions on my lead capture process, please let me know in the comments below. And you got this. Sales are not as scary as you think, and I know that you'll be able to find someone that you truly love working with, and it's gonna bring you the abundance that you truly deserve. I will see you in the next video. Bye.